Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a fun week, what a fun week. And now, interesting, the China stuffs have gone crazy. China stuff has gone crazy. Nice. Uh, Netties can really rip today. China blocked gaming, U.S. gaming, some U.S. gaming sites, Twitch, I think it is, uh, in China. So it can go Netties, Steve Netties. Baidu looks good. We can talk about Baidu. He's got Baidu up there. Baidu looks good. It's through yesterday's high, 336, 338, 341. People tell you it looks good. This could easily get 337, 338 today. Looks very nice. Okay, Baba was 170 this morning when I woke up, Steve. Yeah, there it is, 170.30. Look at this. Sam wakes up at 4 in the morning to look at this stuff. Here's how body clocks. Let's talk about body clocks. I don't even use an alarm. I just roll over anytime between, I don't know, say 3:45 and 4:15, and I look at this stuff. Just doesn't make any sense, but okay. Ridiculously silly, right? So this looks good. So yesterday in the room, people were talking about there's so many calls and puts at 165 for the pin. But here's the thing. If the pin breaks, and I don't really watch this, so I don't know. Netflix now all of a sudden looks good. Netflix, I'm jumping around here, but Netflix was 360. It was down 5, and now it's up. Okay, so, but anyway, keep back to Baba. If the pin breaks, so let's say Steve had 1,000 shares of Baba, and he wrote the 165, so he sold them. So two things he could do. He could buy the option back at a higher price. But if he was naked, he has to buy the stock. Is he going to do that? Who knows? Interesting. Does he force it higher? But watch this one. If it takes out 170, if it can stay at 170 or near 170 for the first hour, you may see an explosion. And this can go to 177 next week if Monday China doesn't react, Trump doesn't react because the new tariffs come in. So very, very interesting. This thing has a move of 20 points at some point. We've been saying that, when this thing gets better. So we don't know. Okay, so Baidu took off, that took off. Now Netties. Okay? What a play on Netties yesterday. So we bought those. We sold them too fast, but we sold them because of a different reason, because you had too many positions. I couldn't watch them all. There's too many. So, but, you make $10,000, you're happy, right? So you sold them. But it looks like it's going to go. If this takes out 222, 221 is the number, 222, then it goes to 228, 232, 239. And this is the first sign of life in this. If it really goes, if Steve remembers, this used to be 320 and having 40-point days on a Friday. And we always tell you it runs on a Friday. I remember people trying to short this just a couple weeks ago, and I said, no, it runs on Friday. And look at this, it's up 9 or 10. I mean, it's up 8, and it's going to go. So let's keep an eye on this one. This one can really go. Let's see what happens there. Couple other things here really quickly. Tillery, watch this one closely. They're starting to sell it. It may hold up today, but historically when something breaks, it doesn't break down that week. So it may go lower next week, but just wait on it. Look, we bought, when it was at 118, we bought the 130s this week at 4. 12 points out of the money at 4, okay? That's what the pricing is. If you're paying 15 like he's asking you, 10 points out, you're going to get smoked. Don't do dumb stuff like that. Okay, new stock. Add this one, Steve. GWPH. So GWPH is only valued at $4 billion, $4.5 billion. So this could double to go to $8 billion. That goes from 170 to 340. Now people are sending me messages that they got news coming about some declassification or something. I don't understand all this stuff. I'll look at it this weekend. They only have monthlies. Very interesting. But if you double the valuation to $8 billion, which is still what, 1/4 of Tillery's, right? 1/2 of Tillery's now. That takes it to 340. Very interesting. Going to start watching this one pretty closely because this one could be the next ripper. Okay? Very, very interesting. Google. Google was way higher this morning, 1192, 1198 it traded, and right back down. Let's see what happens. Does it go? Does it not? Let's see. Definitely looks like that. BKNG. BKNG. All of a sudden, this is showing higher in the morning. If it can get through this 1960-61 area early, it may run all day. It may run all day, and we have seen this on a Friday move from like, say, 1780 to 1810, 1880 to 1810, 1580, 1580 to 1610 on a Friday. So watch this for a late move. Late move. Amazon not doing nothing. They're doing some rotation stuff. We'll see about that. Boeing. Can it get Can it get through 372? Now here's the thing. Well, this is why Sam is just better, and you just got to pay attention. Okay. So Boeing goes down because they're defense business. Who cares about the defense business? I mean, they should just spin it off. It's going down because it's NOC. I mean, that's garbage. Who does this? I mean, this is why Sam, his logic is so. Netflix goes down yesterday because ESPN says we're going to price our stuff low. Now let's do some Netflix analysis. If Sam got on TV, he would cripple Disney. You know, if Sam got on TV an hour after, I'm pretty sure Bob Iger would call in and say, "Oh my God, Sam, you can't say this shit about us." Okay? So Disney is garbage. I've told you this forever. Okay? A stock doesn't sit there for 10 years. They have no common sense how do they run their business. Okay? They don't. None. Zero. All they do is raise prices to make more money. Okay? So let's talk about this. They're going to go do ESPN. Steve's going to go buy ESPN for $6. Okay? $6. Then Disney's going to say, well, wait, we do HBO too. So buy HBO. Steve's going to go buy HBO for $16. So now he's in at $16 for HBO, and he's in at $5 or $6, $5 or $6, say $6, because they're going to make it $5.99. $6. So he's at $22. He's paying $22 for HBO and ESPN. And then Disney's going to say, oh, but wait a second, we're bringing out our Disney Channel. We're going to do streaming for Marvel. Go pay us $9.99, $10.99. So now Steve's at $32. He's in at $32 just paying Disney. Do people really, are people really this stupid? Are they really this stupid? They think, oh, Disney's going to offer ESPN at $5. They're going to offer this at this. They're going to offer this at this. Oh, they just bought this other thing. They're negotiating with I forget that other place that they're negotiating to buy. Oh, we're going to go sell them this piece. And you add them all together and it costs you more than cable? Really? Really? People are this stupid? And analysts are this stupid? You can't make this stuff up. Bob Iger doesn't know what he's doing. All these people love Bob Iger. He doesn't know what he's doing. Okay? First of all, he has zero chance of competing with Netflix. He can't do it. It's a failure. it's going to take him till 2022. I did the math to make money on the Disney streaming. It's going to take him 4 years of losing money to make money on the Disney stuff. ESPN, complete failure as it is. I mean, it's just a failure. Okay. And HBO, really? Who's paying for HBO? $16. Really? Come on. You can get it on your cable channel for 11. Why are you going to go buy streaming for 15? Can't make this stuff up. But anyway, so they come out and they say $5. Oh, we got 1 million people coming into Disney. Wait, they got 1 million people on ESPN. Really? Sam watches 8 college games at the same time. Oh, let me go change the channel on streaming. Oh, it's going to take a minute to come in. It's going to buffer for a minute. Oh, now I got it. Now let me go back to the next channel. You miss every single play. You know who's getting these 1 million people? They're the people that like sports, they like games, and they want to pay $5. And they don't have anything else. Not going to happen that anybody, I'm pretty sure less than 1% of all cable people will get the Disney thing, will get the ESPN, and get HBO, all 3. Nobody's paying $32. Not going to happen. Sam's opinionated. But Sam's opinions are 100% right. He's got Facebook up there. Facebook running better. Looks a little bit better. Looks a little bit better. Let's see if it goes. What else? Baidu Baba. Here comes Baba. Let me tell you. Baba, everybody says this pin. People are getting accustomed to looking at this stuff and thinking they're right. I said yesterday on Baba, how are the Baba 170s 11 cents? 11 cents. Who is selling it? You know who's selling them? All the people that think that the things can't go. But it's different. Yesterday was day 1 in the SPX. Do we have a monster move? Very possible. On the SPX, a second day. Do we get a second day? Very possible. They're going to squeeze this stuff hard. Okay? So keep an eye on it. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. What do you got, Mr. Steve?
Okay, so I had up. I don't know if you went to bed before the game finished. I was just going to congratulate the long-suffering Browns fans. I mean, what a great game by Mayfield. I mean, wow. The way he throws that ball is incredible. How accurate. I mean, 3 drops. Otherwise, it would have been 20 for 23. 17 for 23. Anyway, so stocks. We were talking about yesterday on the SPY that today's supposed to be a dividend day, ex-dividend coming out and then paid, I think, a couple of weeks from now. I see this drop here that could indicate it, but usually Tosh has a little thing in here that shows the dividend was paid. I don't see it. As far as stocks, I was talking about Lockheed and then of course NOC yesterday. They were holding down Boeing because a big part of Boeing is defense. They make a lot of things for the military and a lot of things that get sold overseas. And I want to kind of keep an eye on these again today. There's Boeing. But as those people that are veterans in the room know, that there's 3 stocks that we watch that tend to run on Fridays. Netflix kind of in a stall mode, so that's normally a Friday stock. Facebook is recovering because everything we read about Facebook that's bad, we read a good article about Instagram. And now I'm reading about videos from Instagram and YouTube type situations and all kinds of other good things coming. So, and then the other one that just makes some incredible moves sometimes. 3 out of 4 Fridays, Apple makes great moves. I mean, what was it? 4 weeks ago, it went from 11 cents to $2.50. $2.80. $2.11 on one day. I mean, that's some real ramping. I've been a much bigger fan of Baidu versus Baba, because I think Baba's kind of a tool of the devil. It's hard to play and trust. There's a lot of Baba fans in here. One other thing I wanted to say about LMT, you buy it every time it hits the bottom of the channel. You know how we were playing Chevron there for quite a while. Hit the bottom of the channel, you have 2 green bars above. It will run probably next week. So I'm going to be buying some Lockheed Martin calls today for next week. That's one of the plans. And one thing I want to caution you about on Broadcom, or bookings rather, if this thing makes a dip right off the get-go, you got to hold. I mean, because it does that. It has a tendency to do the old FTMP in the first 2 hours and then run really hard after that. So you have to be prepared for zero, as much as that freaks out a few people. It's got a nice ramp, very nice ramp. As far as news, we are.
Okay, hold on, Steve, hold on. We need to talk about something, and if people want to raise your hand, or I will unmute you, because I'm not positive how this plays out today. Okay, as of right now. I think we go higher. Okay, so the SPX has the biggest index rebalance in 20 years today. It creates a new sector, thanks Sam, a new sector, and it's going to be called the communication sector. Okay, it affects 23 huge names, or 2.7 trillion in market cap, monster names. Okay,
Right.
It impacts Facebook and Google are now going to be rebranded as communication stocks. Interesting. They're going to create all kinds of ETFs and all this stuff based on this new sector. Not sure how that all plays out. So interesting.
That action's usually in the last hour.
What's that?
That action's usually in the last hour.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I'm just telling you. Okay, Sam is saying this will likely, not Sam, different Sam, in 55 billion worth of trading to realign the new indices, including 20 billion by ETFs, Google, Twitter, Facebook, leaving tech for the new communication sector, while Netflix and Disney and 10 others move to the consumer discretionary. Don't know how all this plays out. Just know that it's happening.
Netflix
right?
and consumer discretionary, that's been a slow-moving group for quite a long time.
So, but this is why Netflix could have been lower.
Right.
Google acting a little bit better, but you may see some incredible moves. They don't happen. And I think everything will get back to normal by Monday, Tuesday. So keep in mind. Now, let's say there's a new sector. Let's say that Steve is creating a new ETF, brand new ETF. And that ETF has 4 stocks. Let's say Facebook and Google. It comes out of the one, but it's going into another. So Steve has to buy that stock because he doesn't own it. He's creating a brand new ETF. Does it go up today? Does it go up Monday or Tuesday? Interesting, right? So this is happening. This is really, really big today. So keep an eye on that. Interesting. Okay. So if anybody has any comments, let us know. Mark is talking about a stock PHVAF. PEAF. PHV. V like Victor.
PHV.
Yeah. AF. AF.
AF. PHVAF.
F. There you go.
All right.
Speculative cannabis play, Favidia is a premium functional food and beverage company that believes the whole plant nutrition and natural ingredients are the best way to maintain health. Interesting. So just keep an eye. We're just giving you stock, so just keep an eye on this. NBEV really took off, right? NBEV has been going crazy the last 2 days. Keep an eye on it. Continues to run. Where does it go? Monster squeeze, right? Look at this, Steve. Huh? But the GWPH is interesting. Okay, if anybody has any ideas on this SPX rebalance, keep an eye on it. Let's see what happens. But what we know is Netty's going to rip. Can Boeing go? Don't know. Booking, if they can take out 1961, I think it can get to 1980 at least. But anything that every time it gets to 1980, gets to 2000. And Baba and Baidu look stunning. That's what we know. Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Okay, so just looking at Business Insider, Instagram's new TV service, potential. Okay, there's always a potential use, but anyway, they've got a new TV service, something to know. Facebook, little story about their AI. I'm trying to think here. Here's Trump's negotiator, tough guy. See if there's anything else in here. Google's talking about that the internet will split in two by 2028. Half will be U.S. based and the other will be China. I think Google wants to be both. I don't see anything else exciting on that front. On the other front, stocks in the news are talking about Adobe buying this company that people have looked at forever. Consumers are ready for Amazon Bank. So people are going to have everything Amazon. Amazon appliances, Amazon underwear, Amazon banking, you name it. Micron got hit pretty big yesterday. NVIDIA, they were saying the new card is disappointing. Disney, the 1 million subscribers. Wow. I was looking at the leaders in the Dow, and Boeing's up 89%. A bunch of them are up 19, 20, 40, whatever. Disney's up 3%. 3%. Netflix, technical analyst sees big move ahead. Chipotle's doing a lot with food service. Tesla's, as much as people have trashed this car, Model 3 gets perfect safety rating. AMD, another price hike. We talked about that the other day. Under Armour, we haven't done anything with that. And then the McClellan oscillator. So we had that weird happening the day before where the market rallied and the MAC went lower. Yesterday we had a pretty spectacular rally, and then McClellan went from -62 to -7. So look at that. We're right there at the neutral zone, 0. So a lot of room on both sides. So we're going to be news driven, of course. And China and Russia are both mad about Trump's latest sanctions. So anyway, that's what I know.
Okay, let's get started. Okay, good morning, everybody. 921, big SPX rebalance today, biggest rebalance in forever. No idea what happens in the last 30 minutes. I think the market goes up. I'm not saying we're going down. It's just there's a rebalance. That means you're going to get huge movement. And I think that's what's affecting it. Today, it's all about China stocks. They're taking off. Huge. Okay? Goldman Sachs, way better. Possible money in the banks for a week or so. Let's see what happens. If it can get to 241, it really helps the SPX and blows it higher, way higher. Steve was telling me that his guy thinks SPX is going to blow up next week. I actually agree. If the Trump implements the tariffs, here's 3 scenarios. If Trump implements the tariffs and China doesn't retaliate and says we're done, okay, we're good, SPX blows up. Huge. 2952, 2976 possible. Okay? If Trump comes out and says we're not going to implement the tariffs because China is saying they're going to lower tariffs on certain things, maybe 5% chance. SPX is at 3,000 in 5 minutes. 5% chance. If Trump implements the tariffs and China comes back and starts attacking with more tariffs and stuff, right back down. Okay? 3 scenarios. Let's see what happens. It's going to happen Monday. So do they buy into the weekend or they don't? Don't know. Okay. SPX is down 150. Fair value is down, so we're about even. Keep an eye on this. I'm not positive that we don't run 5 or 6 handles in the first 10 minutes higher. I think we do. I think we can pop really fast. That this is something to do with this rebalance early, and then we go. Okay? So let's keep an eye on that. Very, very interesting. Okay? Baba. Oh, SPX 2836, 2837, 2842 becomes big. Okay? Downside 29. Those are 29 numbers. 2921. Baba. This was at 170. If it can get to 170 in the first 10 or 15 minutes and hold, it can really, really go 173 possible. Let's see what happens. Downside 166. This Baba, very, very interesting into next week. Very, very interesting. So just keep an eye on it. Baidu, very strong, stunningly strong. If it can take out 236, 238, 239, Steve nailed this one. We're just going to call Steve. Steve has China connections. Let's see, he must have China connections or something. Okay, very nice call, Steve. Downside, 227, 221. Booking BKNG, 1961. If it can take out 1961, I don't know where it opens, but if it can take out 1961 early and hold, it can run. Now, what we've seen in bookings on a Friday, it runs on the days that it want to run. Let's say it goes to 1961, then it goes to 1970. Then it'll go down 5 to up 5, and it'll sit there for 2 or 3 hours. And you'll take $1, $2, $3 out of the premium and get you out. And then in the last hour, it runs 10 or 20. This is history. I'm not saying that happens today. Okay? So just keep an eye on that. Very, very interesting. If that happens, then it really, really explodes higher, and let's see what happens. Okay? 2982 will really accelerate it. Google L, this was way higher. It's coming lower. Is it lower because of the rebalance? Don't know. Needs 1193. We told you that. 1193. Okay? Amazon. Way better. We told you 1958. Can it get through 1958? Don't know. Let's see what happens. Very straightforward. Boeing. This number is a gorilla beast. I mean, 372. Don't know if it happens today. Don't know if it happens tomorrow. Don't know if it happens in a month or 6 months or a year, or maybe it takes 10 years. Don't know. But when this gets through 372 and closes, it's going to rip. Don't know when. Netflix was way lower. Now it's better. Do they buy it into the end of the day? Let's see. Interesting, right? Interesting. Tillery working lower. It's down to 155. 149.60 becomes massive. 149.60. Why? Because that becomes lower than the halt on the day it was diving after it was way up. Okay. Now let me tell you one other thing in Tillery that's very important. The CNBC, they have so much garbage news. So let's say a stock goes from 10 billion to 15 billion in one day. I'm just making up stuff. Okay. And then it goes to 12 billion. So you can report this any way you want. You can report it as a $10 billion stock went to 12 billion. Or you can say a $15 billion stock lost $3 billion in value. And that's what CNBC does. Tillery goes from 170 to 300 down to 220, and they're telling you it went from 300 to 220. Not one mention that it went from 170 to 220. Okay? Just know that. Everybody's saying Tillery has lost half its market cap from 300. Their market cap was at 300 for one day? So just know this. Very possible this gets all the way back down to 109. So keep an eye on that, and you get rotation. NetEase is set to go. They block Twitch. If this gets legs, this can really, really explode up, and it can be epic, epic move. This could easily run 15 points today if it gets going. Tesla, 302, 302, 306. Can it close over 306? Don't know. Let's see. Have to trade your account now. I got a question here. What should we do with Tesla? You buy Tesla? You buy anything? You expect it to go to zero? Stocks go up, stocks go down? And one comment from yesterday, because I pounded a guy on our private Twitter. I mean, he bought Tesla with us, not yesterday, or not. He bought Tesla, and he didn't wake up to sell it. He didn't wake up. How do you have a position and you don't get up? Now, I understand if you have stock. I understand that you have another life. But why are you buying an option if you're not going to wake up? I mean, think about it. Let's say you work nights or whatever, making up stuff. And Tillery's at 170. You bought Tillery options. Say you bought the 200s. And you went to bed and you woke up at 2 o'clock, an hour before the close. It hit 300 and then went to 150. You missed the whole thing. How do you not wake up? Look, expect everything to go to zero, wake up, hire somebody to take your kids to school, or don't have a position. Chill, relax, get smart, be smart. Regeneron, people asking about Regeneron, needs 402. It's in no man's land. All the bios are in no man's land. They're really not moving. Keep an eye on that. GWPH, keep an eye on this one. This one is a candidate to double. So just keep an eye on that. Very, very interesting. GWPH. Okay, comments, question. Apple, 222, but Apple has an issue into Monday. If China retaliates, very easy for them to retaliate against them. So just keep, they're probably not going to go today, just wait. Okay? Massive rotation out of chip stocks because of Micron. Look, I told you Micron when everybody's going, oh my God, it's a 4 PE. PE doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a 200 PE or 4 PE. Buying a 4 PE is silly. Let me tell you what's going to happen with Micron. You're going to wake up one day and find out that Tepper sold all his Micron. Because Tepper is not Ackman. He is not Einhorn and these other guys. He will take his loss and move on. And that day, Micron is going to go down $10 and it's never going to move again for 5 or 10 years. It's a commodity. And here's the simple comment on Micron. In the best economy, in the greatest growth cycle in 2 decades almost, in a massive move into AI and PCs that need tremendous amount of memory, in the greatest tech revolution of our time, in 20 years, the pricing on memory is going lower. What does that tell you? It's a commodity. Avoid it. Get it off your screen. It is garbage. It's always been garbage. You can play it in and out, but you're going to get whacked over the time because one day you're going to wake up and your MU may go up $2, $3, $5, and you're going to wake up and he sold it, and it's going to rip lower. Just know that, okay? Booking up 20 on 100 shares, interesting. Tesla, we told you about the S&P rebalance. IGC is another weed stock. Maybe we'll put together a list of all these weed stocks. Just going through all these messages, and that's what we know. Okay, that's what we know. S&P rebalance, huge. Let's see if Baba takes out stuff. You could have all kind of whiplashes today because of this rebalance. Everybody have a great trade day. See you in chat. Thank you, Mr. Steve.